Alright guys, here with me tuning in right now, I am out looking for sheds, and let's see, get this spun here. Okay, so right now I'm going to look for something I'm looking for a deer trail coming up this bank here, and I want it to almost be too obvious. I want to see high signs of traffic. I've come across over here, I found good sign, a lot of good feed, a lot of acorns, a lot of greenbrier, good cover. But right now I'm looking for a really obvious trail, and then I will use that to trek on out across. There really isn't, at least I don't. Maybe somebody has a good recipe for finding sheds. Sometimes I get lucky, and I think that's pretty much all it comes down to. But I've never found them in the same place twice. Never found them in the same area even. So I always look in different places. You just never know. But when I go out, I try and find good sign, and when I find good sign, then I go on to follow whatever trail that may be, and see where it takes me and see if I get lucky. They start to some shed their antlers real early in December, like really early. Yeah, most of them are January, and then you'll get late ones into February, and a lot of the time I don't get to go out in the spring to hunt for the sheds, so I'm out looking right now, and this is prime for it here, right beginning of February, and it is a beautiful day. Still looking for that nice heavy trail, and you will see it. It will be obvious to you, so that's what I'm looking for right now. Other than that, this is a beautiful, beautiful day. Did not bring Finn today so that I could just go slow and take my time. I'm also seeing what animals I can encounter along the way. So far, it's pretty much just been squirrels. But if I can get good trail here, I'm on, not like this is a really nice trail. I'm talking a good deer trail so that I can find some sheds. And I'm hoping that I can come across one soon, because I rarely find sheds on a big open trail. Most of the time it's just some random spot out in the woods. But you never know. Hoping I've come across a trail by now. And I'm thinking I'm just going to turn off and go. So here we go. Just want to take my time, scan the ground, just because I may not necessarily be on a deer trail does not mean that an old wily buck came through here and decided to rest his headgear. So we'll see. Got a little bit of a drainage here. in any case, and if I don't find anything, now we're getting onto some deer track a little bit there. Even if I don't find anything, still nice to get out before I head back into plant season, which is starting here very shortly. I am seeing just like us, you know. I think could be a good deer trail, turn out to be. So we're just going to keep moving on, coming up to that crest up there. Let's see what's up there. Hopefully find the biggest one that I've ever found, and I got lucky that they were a matching set. And you can go back into my videos, into my shorts, and find where I found the sheds that I got last year. But I haven't found any yet this year. But I was saying the biggest ones that I found were a matching set, really nice 6-point, but that's the biggest I've ever found. And I've seen some really big buck out here, and hopefully they didn't all get taken. Yeah, sorry about that. I was actually going to make a joke whenever I was walking into the woods today past my neighbor's sheds, and be like, well, I'm shed hunting and I'm off to a good start. But no, yeah, I'm looking for deer antlers. Sorry about that. Snakes in this part, and I'm just basically taking my time and hoping to get lucky, because there's really no rhyme or reason if you find one or not. That is a crazy burl or growth on that tree, holy cow. And there's so much ground out here, and there's so much food. Right now I'm more into the maples, but I just came through a massive section of oak trees. Like, that's where I spent a lot of time in there, but I didn't find anything. But I like to look for places of feed, places where they'll bed, where they like to sit in the sun. This time of year, your bucks are moving in small bachelor groups. Does are either by themselves giving birth or in small groups, other does. So, I mean, if you find a good set of tracks, I might be wrong. I'm not sure if those are birthing yet or not. So don't quote me on that, and I'm sure I'll be told. I used to. I rarely find them. They're really hard to find. The ones I found last year are, I made a nice set to go on top of my bed. So like my bedposts have have my sheds on them, and then I can hang like my necklaces or my hat on them. Before my forge got destroyed, before I had to move, whenever we got flooded out, I would make knives, and I always wanted to do one out of antler. But if you do have like a good deer habitat in your yard, you might be able to find some this time of year. If they're coming in to eat, get some trail cameras out. And the best way to find a shed is just follow deer trails. And every now and again you'll just find one out in a random spot. But I'm still out. I'm trying to find a really prominent trail. And I mean, as you can see here, there's there's a very slight trail that I'm on right here, but I would like to find something that more or less looks like a deer highway. I'm surprised you haven't found any dropped antlers in your yard then. See, here we go, where one came through kicking up a bit. Yeah, a lot of the time they'll get into some thick stuff and, you know, they'll help shake their antlers off. 'Cause, I mean, after the rut, bucks really don't need them. I imagine they'd kind of get irritating being up there after a while. They might get itchy. It's like having like 2 long fingernails on the top of your head. Yeah, I mean, if they're coming in there and rubbing, you might get lucky. Alright, getting to the top here. It's really opening up. Well, out there it's opening up. There's some old scat. Too old. Possibly looks like bear, but oh, tell you what, if he's awake right now, there's nothing for him to eat. I feel bad for him. And I hope I don't run into him. This is starting to get big. Starting to run into more greenbrier, which is nice. They like to chew on that and move through that. Just gonna keep making my way up here. And see if I can find a good trail where the deer are heading down that bank. Got some tracks right here, which is nice. No, I'm in the Gallitzin State Forest. It's a huge woodland here in southwestern PA, and it's a massive area, and it butts up to a lot of others. You know, here's where they're coming in, digging the ground up, find acorns. So that's promising. I'm starting to see, you can see right here, starting to find oak leaves. So this is really good. This is really good. I'm going to follow this sign on up. This might be about what I'm looking for here. I mean, it's kind of rough because the antlers are like stick shaped, but once you see one laying on the ground, like you can spot that instantly. So I'm gonna go check this knob up top here. The other thing I'm doing too, while I've been going around all these oak trees, is looking for any remnants of the maitake or the hen of the woods or sheephead mushrooms. All three of those, same different names for the same mushroom, and they grow around oaks in the autumn, and they grow in the same place every year, and they're one of the best tasting mushrooms that you can eat. And it's always good to go out, find some big sheeps. They're a little easier to find than the antlers, but this here, you can see this is a nice heavy trail here. So this is what I've been looking for, and I'm going to follow this now. And hopefully I get lucky. And you don't always get lucky, but it's just like anything, fishing, hunting. Right now, I guess what you could say, this is like a type of foraging. It's not called going out and picking it up or catching or shooting. You gotta look, and sometimes you don't find anything. But you never know if you don't go. Yeah, I mean, if you don't, for your wild mushrooms, if you, one of my biggest mottos for really any wild edibles is if you don't know, let it grow. But if you do know what they are, you have somebody showing you, or maybe your family grew up doing it, or you start to get into it and have your stuff checked by experts, it is a lot of fun. And I mean, there are a lot of mushrooms out there that could kill you in like 20 minutes, and there's no antidote for them. And then there are other ones where perfectly fine. Also, if you find the maitake, they are very valuable, and if you can get a massive group of fresh ones, a lot of restaurants will actually buy them from you. Like higher end places will actually buy them. So, cool way to make a little money. I think last year they were going for like $17 a pound. I'm gonna start making my way down this draw. See how steep this putt is. I know the main access hunting road is down there. I'm very, very familiar with this forest, and there's a good power line below me, but this mountain is steep, and this is interesting. Here, if you check this out, this might have been part of an old farmer's field. What do we got going on up here? I mean, these stones are stacked. I find a lot of this stuff, and like those are definitely stacked, and this gives me a lot of places to metal detect. But I just looked up here. Check this out. Following these rocks, you find so much random stuff in the woods. It's like a little, some type of little structure here. Maybe an old fire pit or something. It's pretty cool. Another spot to metal detect. Not seeing anything else of super interest, but other than a couple, there's another little pile over there. But who knows who made that and when. Native Americans have been on this land, thousands of years, and whenever white man started to settle this region, the Delaware just like left. They really didn't want conflict. And who knows what structures are theirs. I mean, we started this, all of this in the 1800s would have been stripped. Early 1800s, it would have been a giant just wasteland. They would have strip cut every single timber. It was really sad. It was known as the Pennsylvania Desert, like most of the state. And you don't get too many old growth trees in PA. But I'm gonna go down this little steep bugger here. On a lot of like the different trees that I found too. I found carvings from I think the oldest carvings I found were like 1920s. And ooh, nice. I got some deer tracks here coming down this little saddle before it drops off steep. Just gonna walk through here and scan this region. There's a lot of deer sign here. Alright, this is excellent. What's herping? I'm not familiar with that. Not familiar with that at all. Lots of deer sign on this hillside though. This is nice. See here where Big Boy slid. That was a big track right there. Really big track. So that's probably a buck or a monster mama doe. More than likely though, for the size of that track and that skid. Probably on a buck there. And here, like I said about you'll see a track that's like a highway. And when you see them like super tramped down like that, that's really good sign. Just gonna scooch around those river cane reeds. Natives used to make atlatl darts out of these, although I don't know how efficient they would be, because I mean they're flexible, but they'd I don't know if they'd be that strong even after you fire hardened them. A lot of snow up here, not that long ago. Oh, I got excited. I saw that stick. The way the light was hitting it, I was like, oh, tell me I got one. And lo and behold, I did not. I mean, there's deer track. all through here. All through here stuff. This area has high potential. That's a nice tree. Beautiful lumber out of that guy. That probably was too small to be harvested when they clear cut everything. This opens up really nice. One thing I really thought today that I would have seen more coyote sign than I did. I only saw like 3 tracks. Unlikely. Normally I find sign of them everywhere. Never get to see them though. But I'm sure they know when I'm around though. Ooh, it's hard to tell how steep it is. Like, the camera really doesn't do it justice, but that's where I just slid. It's kind of wet underneath these leaves, and you gotta like sidestep, and you really don't want to step on a stick that's laying lengthwise downhill, because you will just slide. A lot of the time, I think it's easier. This is a nice deer trail here. A lot of the time, I think it's easier to go up these big draws and these sidings than it is to go down them. You're fighting more gravity when you go down. Here's a spring. So it just comes out of the hillside right up there. Make my way down to the power line. I hope that bottom is not a muddy mess. Where the deer go through. There's a very cool little look at this deer sign here. Where they come, it's hard to tell, there's a road. Not sure if I do this. Where they're coming, they hop off of here. I'm not as nimble as they are. You're going down. And that's where I came down from. Still gotta get down there and work my way out that bowl. Baby. Deer are incredible athletes. Just incredible. Like, I'm out here going up and down for fun. They go up and down because they have to. This is their living room. I wonder if they ever think, like, whenever they get to a hill, oh, I gotta climb that now. Or if they don't even think about it. I don't know. I know they're not. They are and they aren't. Dumb. Like, they're smart and they're dumb at the same time. Another road here. Still following the deer. These are all old logging roads. Alright, I see my destination. Right down the bottom there, power line. One nice thing, if I did need it, probably about a half mile from here, I have a nice cache. Because I'm out here so much, I like to have caches strategically placed for myself. Because you never know. Pretty. Let's see. Coming down on a drainage right below me. Out of these. Oh, yeah. Oh, that was fun. Cool deal. How many ticks are on me now? There's one. I swear they bioengineering ticks to just not go away. All right. I don't think so. Not that I've come across. I do not. I do not. In fact, I wouldn't even know what one looked like. Oh, how kind of this trail marker here. For you to be able to go all the way up that way. Come down on this power line. Down in that bottom there, that's an awesome place to hike. Down in there, there's so many creeks and little mountain streams. Oh, made it to the power line, all right. And there's a really good view from the top of that hill. And also a good view from the top of that one. I just came all the way down off of that pup. Still a lot of deer sign, so it is getting late. I think I am 2 hours from my house from here, so I might be getting back in the dark, is what it's kind of looking like right now. Mud's lovely. I'll take you guys all the way out to the road down here, because it way back's kind of boring after that. Whew. Nice to be off of that hillside. Down here is actually, when I get to the road here, it's actually one of the lowest points there are. In this state forest, in this division. There are two divisions in the Galitzin State Forest. There is the Babcock Division and the Rager Mountain Division. And in the Rager Mountain Division, there are two separate tracts. And oh, nice. Got a side-by-side. Let's go see what they're up to. Alright guys, well I'm going to leave it. Go see what these guys are up to. Hope you enjoyed it.